Greetings, welcome, Spartan Red. Welcome back, familia. How you doing? Hope everybody's day has been truly blessed. Remember, all life matters, and you cannot live in fear. Big shout out to all the Eagle Eye crew. Hope you're all okay, guys. One love, Bricklove. Big shout out to the MVBs: James, Dean, Mark, Sheepu, Joachim, Jen, Ivaldas, Stavros. How you all doing, guys? And of course, a few of the early birds: Odin, Knowledge, Dervo C, Big Jimmy. How you doing? Face Diaper. How you doing? Knowledge. How you doing? Hope you guys are all okay. There's so many people to shout out, and I'll probably do another video just to shout out people. Well, you know, the list is endless, but you know who you are, Eagle Eye crew. You know who you are. Anyhow, back again with another session of Bricklove in the house with Spartan Red. I've already been on live this morning once for an hour on YouTube, just having a little chat. A few of the Eagle Eye crew people over there, Meltdown Under and Eli and a few of the other guys. So I just thought I'd just come in and do another Bricklove video, another webcam watch along, because they were liked, so I'll do them again, do some more. So fabulous stream last night, like lots of wonderful new evidence I showed last night. I'll put the review up later on at some point today. I'm not streaming tonight as such. I'll be just jumping in and out of in the melt with Fervent. Please remember to tune into that 10:30, and also on Wednesday night 10:30 we have Red Brick Secrets with our own Mr. Marcus Aurelius, Our Melted Reality. So make sure you hit your notification bell so that when they come on you will be notified, and also like, share and subscribe, share the link. We need more feet on the Red Brick Road. As always, we are building a nation. Anyhow, today's little installment, we're going to start with a little bit of video footage. It's not long, it's about 6 minutes. I've turned the volume down, the audio down, because obviously the narration to these places is always based on stupidity and not exactly what we're seeing. So we don't need the audio. We've got a nice jazz track playing in the background. We'll listen to that. So we're going to be looking at a place called Torumina in Sicily. Now, this is just a drone footage video. You know, if the meltologist researchers want to go and have a look at this place, it's very interesting actually. There's a whole heap of stuff going on there. And again, I mean, shout out all meltologists. Anybody who's doing the research into melted buildings, big shout out to you. Thank you for your hard work and your time in exposing the truth and trying to wake people up. It's very important. Anyhow, let me just go and grab this video and let's get on our way. Okay, let's get going because time is of the essence, and straight away we're into it. Here we go. This is Torumina in Sicily. Again, the Eagle Eye crew will have no trouble discerning that it's all melted buildings, because we see this everywhere. But it's nice to have a bit of drone footage now and again. You know, I could do it on pictures, but sometimes the footage is probably even more compelling. You see, all landmass is just a wave of melted red brick building. That's all it is. See this building clearly sunken into the melt. How did they ever build that up there, please? How? As I said, your meltologist researcher can go to Torumina and find plenty of compelling evidence. I may go back and do it myself, but You know, sometimes it's just I just put stuff up, pictures up to inspire other people. You know, I can't visit every place, unfortunately, and knock out 80 pictures every single place. I haven't got the time. But these drone footage videos certainly give you the high aerial look down on these places. And clearly you know that they couldn't build that amphitheatre there. That's a remnant of what was there before. And look how white and cooked out the actual landmass is, with the plants on the top. It's a clue. It's a clue to the devastation. What happened? It's all just pockets of survival on a huge wedge of melted building. Clearly see the heat came from the bottom there. It's flooded inside the walls as well. You see it so many times. And of course now it's a local, it's not a local, but it's a tourist attraction now because they've got hot weather and they've got unusual topography. And then of course it's near the sea. How do you build buildings all the way up there? You just horseshoe magnets. So old world grid components still there. As I said, this place is Torumina in Sicily. I don't really care to delve into the history of the place because it's all going to be lies, as it always is. They can never tell the truth about these places because it will blow up their narrative. All islands and tops of melted buildings, all land masses, tops of melted buildings also. Are you for real? How did they do this? Those pesky Romans with the A-frames, wow. Incredible. Archways in the melt and all sorts there. As I say, you can always go and check this place out yourself. It's always advisable. You know, don't take it for 100% until you've seen it yourself. Again, a shout out to all the mods and admins in Melted Red Brick University and Mountains of Red Brick Buildings, Melted Red Brick Buildings on Facebook. If you haven't joined, please join. Fantastic evidence going in daily from all different parts of this realm, which makes it so exciting because I don't have to work so hard now. I do not have to work so hard. There's some terrific researchers out there. Deborah's one, Sheepu's another one, James is another one, some fantastic Alessandro's another one. That's Alchemist 83. Of course, the wonderful Joachim is always on point. How you doing, Joachim? It's much love. It's Bricklove for you, Joachim. You know, me and Joachim are from the old stages. We're the old boys. You know, been in it a long time, and it's great that he's back and doing some fantastic work in the meltology field, as well as being a very special human being because he sees things in the way that they should be, even though we know that they're not the way that things should be. He sees life as this is what we should be doing. This is how we're supposed to be flowing. Great guy, love him. Again, you cannot build buildings on top of this stuff. These buildings are invested into this melt because the buildings are the melt. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look what's under the water. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dino will be getting moist about this time in this video. He'll be getting extra moist. I try to keep my cursor off of there because it highlights it. Anyway, we're nearly coming to the end. I mean, it is what it is. We see this damage everywhere because it is everywhere. Because the whole grid blew up and all the grid components are blown up and in a state of disrepair. Even the ones that you think are looking good, they've got damage to them. Anyway. That was Torumina, as you can see there, Torumina. Just going to come out of there now. So it's only a short little video just to get me eye in. I don't use video that much. I should use it more because I've seen lots and lots of mad places. Even in this morning, I was looking at some underground cities, incredible evidence, and I will come back and do some more with video and let you see those places. But you know, if you're an avid researcher, you'll be doing this anyway. You know, it'd be in your own interest to be investigating the videos. Even if you don't use the footage in any way, it gives you other ideas and places to look at, and hopefully inspires you to go out and grab some evidence and come and show it to us. So anyway, the main purpose of this little video was to start showing you this file that I've got that's sitting here with some of the evidence that I've procured over the past 4 months. This is just 4 months. So you can imagine that the other stuff that I've got from years and years and years ago. So this is just only 4 months. So you know, it's nice to be able to do a watch along and just give people my thoughts, look at the evidence again myself, and you know, try and make it entertaining. It's about entertaining. It's about the evidence itself. You know, I always believe the evidence would be stronger and better than anything that I could possibly say, because you've only got to use your eyes to understand. Look at this shit. Sorry, I had it full screen. I can't do anything when it's full screen. I can't use all the editing tools. So again, look at the damage here. I'm going to say everything's under our feet. It is. It's all flooded over. Look, filled in archways. This is not filled in fully. Filled out. Sorry, not filled out properly. But huge cut line in this. But look at all this brick ash and churned up brick. This is all underneath your feet. Look where the cars are. Look at this. The heavy digger is. Look where the houses are. Everything's underneath, as you'd expect if everything melted and flooded. And of course, it's Paris. It's Paris. Again, we see more of the same. More grid components heavily damaged and melted. This is what we're looking at on across the whole of the realm. The topography is melted red brick buildings. That's what it is, with a thin veneer of vegetation on the top, and then we've got the water, the sea level covering over the melt in the other areas. I mean, this should just say everything to you. This picture should just say, "Oh my God," because there's no way you can build this on top of this shit here. No way. No way. Look at these the huge deformation in these bricks. Look what they turned into. If you didn't have to, you called this a mountain, this left hand side here, you'd call it a mountain. Let me just do something. I won't go far enough left, not far enough right, but you cut the screen off here. Cut the screen off here, you'd say this left hand side was a mountain. But then when you scroll across to the right and you see the bricks, well, it's not a mountain. It's a building that's had some bad damage. We're looking at altered states of matter here, as we always are. All this is red brick that's been heat damaged. Heat from the bottom of the grid, the motherboard overheated, electrical surge, heated up the bricks, brick started to fucking melt like butter. Sorry about my language. Look at this piece here. Why is that so low? Stuck in the melt. Again, there is no explaining this. Geology will say that this here is sedimentary lines. Yeah, so it's sedimentary lines. But why is this building stuck in the sedimentary lines here, and this one here, and this pocket survivals up here? The angle, and then look at this. This is brick ash. So the building is melting downwards into the brick ash. And these towers are pockets of survival, as well as this one here. That's heavily damaged up here as well. But as I said, geology can't answer these questions. It can only make stuff up. Again, a lot of you would have seen some of these pictures because I've only just recently put them out. But you know, it's just a quick little review of what I've found so far this year. And you know, this year has been very, very good to me so far when it comes to evidence. I keep on finding stuff. I keep on, well, it's my own mantra. I try to outdo myself, which is what you're really supposed to be doing. You're only as good as your last video. You're only as good as your last stream. You're only as good as the evidence that you showed the last time you put evidence out. So it's always a way of rejuvenating one's focus to try and better what you've already put out. It is getting a very difficult though, because we do have a lot more researchers than we did when I started anyway. But you know, the evidence that people are bringing, you've got to really be on your game. I said this to the MVPs. Everybody's got to be on their game in this game, because there's a lot of very avid, very analytical researchers out there, and they're searching hard. You know, they are really putting in the work, which is why I always keep saying my job is done, because we've got the eyes now everywhere. Don't have to rely on my eyes anymore. I still will make videos. I will still come on the streams, but you won't see me as much. I'm going to be taking a more direct kind of role. The MVPs are going to be taking over the stream. And if you didn't know already, I gave the group to Dean, the Red Brick University's Dean's group. I'm just a consultant now, and that's the same with the same that I want on this stream. I just want to be a consultant. Never wanted to be front of house, never wanted to be the voice, the spokesman, or anything like that. I'm just happy that I've inspired enough people who can come in and take over, who can come in and inspire the next generation. The next would be meltologists. So be prepared for that day, family. You will still see me, but not in the same capacity. Again, here these are pancake brick lines stuck in brick ash. These are swelled up brick lines, melting around each other. This is all melted building. But as you know, I like to bring the wow images, the images that just they can't be argued. You know, you can't tell me that what happened to this building was anything to do with tectonic plates or volcanoes or erosion or any of this other made up tomfoolery that geology wants us to make you swallow. Look how it's flooded here in the centre, and there's nothing left. It's all under the melt, the very tops of what this was, wall or whatever it is. That's what's left inside. It's all melted and flooded. You know, I'll try to bring the what the fuck evidence, and long may it continue. Because to me, because of the way my life is, this is stress relief for me, especially this year. You know, my environment has changed, and it's always other people that make your life hard. It's never yourself. And because of that change in my environment, I kind of lose myself in meltology and work long hours on searching and stuff on the internet. So thank God for meltology. The Citadel of Aleppo, Syria. is the top of the melted building, as you can clearly see. You know, everything's melted. This event, it just ruined the whole realm. The whole realm. We go with Aleppo again. Look at these huge A-frames. This is all melting up, going up the top, and then cascading back down with the weight. I mean, even he's looking up saying, what the fuck? How did they do this? I mean, come on, guys. You don't build buildings on top of mountains, I'm afraid. And as I keep saying, anyone who thinks that you do build buildings on top of mountains like this has had the booster. These are all grid components. You see how the shell of the bricks is on the left hand side here, and this corner of this tower is the shell of the bricks is off. Come away, left churned out red bricks. Every part of the realm has been affected. The X Factor it didn't spare the rod with any building. Oh man, come on, here we go. It took so long to change the bloody pictures, man. My laptop's not having a moment. But again, look, of course, this is why'd you build a window and then fill it in with these odd pieces of brick? Well, they call them rocks, but they're melted bricks. See, it's filled outwards, filled outwards, filled outwards. I just get more amazed every day, I think, with this damage that we see. The consistency, the consistent nature of the X Factor in the damage, even though the damage can be totally different in the same building, but on a whole, it's very consistent. What happened to these buildings? I mean, if you're thinking that they built this, how did they put these windows in here then? And then these archways here? Think logically. Can't be done. You can't make these investitures into rock and it fits so neat and snugly. It just doesn't happen like that. These are all remnants, all pockets of survival from the X Factor, buildings that were melted. This one is rock curtained over here, this edge. See the rock curtain coming over. This is all viscous and it flowed over. Look how this is all around this top here. Top of this the brick flood is sat on the bottom edge here. And again, how do you build this in here? You can't build these buildings in these places, I'm afraid. So all the historical narratives that they give you is just made up. It's made up. It has to be. You think how it is, how mad it is, or how hard it would have been to build this here. How do you get the rest of this building under this rock curtain? How do you do that? Did they have stanchions that they held the rock curtain up with and they placed the bricks in row by row? I don't think so. Never judge a geologist. We all have our faults. Oh, where does listen, what happens to a geologist when he loses his wife, his car and his job? He hits rock bottom. He hits rock bottom. That's my geologist joke for the day. Excuse me. Again, more old world with grid component. The bottom part is cooked out, well cooked out, and it's sunken down. Obviously, you see the ground level here where these blocks are, and the top part is not so cooked. So looks in good order compared to the damage underneath. Again, all the same. See, red bricks, red bricks. This is all red bricks. This is all heat damage that we're looking at. And again, you know, we keep getting asked the questions, you know, who did it? When did they do it? Why did they do it? I mean, how long's a piece of string? How long's a piece of string? We can only comment on the it's a post-mortem. This is a post-mortem of a dead civilization here. So you know, the academic people are not giving you the real truth. They never will, because that put them out of a job. So we have to find the facts. We have to find the evidence and try and piece it together the best way that we can. This is one huge horseshoe magnet here. See damage to the bottom of the wall here. Look how this arched walkway and the more horseshoe magnets is sunken down at an angle, sinking down this way. Again, the corner here. Look at the blockiness in the corner. What these circles, these oval shapes for? I don't know. I didn't build them, unfortunately. Again, look, you can clearly see this is melted downwards. Huge balloon rock in the side here. Look how close it is to the water as well. So they held the water back to build this place. How did they hold the water back to build this place then, to get this in here? Come on. 2 and 2 is 4, not 7. Again, the corner here, you see the brick mortar, and they've turned into blocks here in the corner. More the same, in the middle of nowhere. Wow, look at the damage. As I said, these places are impossible locations, impossible builds, I'm afraid. When you go by, even if you go by the supposed high-tech building methods that we have today, they cannot build these, not in these locations. You know what it would take to put this together, and how much money it would take to build something like this where this is. And of course, this is melted, and you know, look at the windows, all not even lined up. They're supposed to be all lined up, but you've got one here, another one over here, one here, one in the middle over to the right, and then back to the left. This is all melting and stretching and buckling. The wall is heat damaged. This walkway here is heat damaged. It's all part of this building. The rest of this building is underneath the water, obviously. You know, we keep seeing it on a regular. There's nothing new under the sun. You've heard that before. You've heard it before. And there is nothing new under the sun. It's all been done before. Again, this is a Starfall, but it's obviously heat damage and sunken downwards. The rest of it is in the water. You know, and you know, people want to, especially with Starfalls. I mean, I could do a video with 2,000 Starfall. You know, there's an abundance of them, but I don't, because you know, people are already under some strange misconceptions about these places, some mythical meaning behind it, but they're not. They're just grid components that have been melted and sunken down. Again, look at this. Where's the rest of this? What is this here? This is melted building here. When the tide comes up, this is all underwater. This is just too high for the water to submerge it. Otherwise it'd be underwater, wouldn't it? Like the rest of it. This wall here at the bottom. Crazy. And there you are. The water's moved in now. The water level has risen. And you don't see any of that I just showed you. Any of this. Look, let me go back. You don't see any of this. Look, it's all under the water. So imagine if all the water was removed, you'd see all the rest of the building, wouldn't you? You'd be, if the water was removed, if the sea levels went down, people would be having heart attacks. Because you'll see the true nature of the melt then. You know, you see all the damage, you see it's all connected. And again, geologists will be out of a job. Thought this is a very interesting picture as well, because look, there's a car driving on the road up here where we are, but look what's happening down here where these people are. All underfoot. Buildings melted, twisting, churning, and it's all above underneath your feet. Look where the car is. Come on now. Come on now. It's tops of melted buildings sat in brick flood, and then the brick flood densified, so the buildings were stuck in whatever angle, whatever shape they were in, because everything was viscous. Everything was viscous. Everything had been heated and damaged. That's why you have shit like this. Why is this here on its own? Well, everything that was connected to this part of the grid has melted. It's never on its own. It's because it's melted and you don't see the melt. You don't understand that what you're walking on is the melt. Yeah, look, everything flooded here. Look at the roofs. Everything flooded from this. Why would you have windows down here? Look, what purpose are these? How did you build them in there? Why would we got windows here? I mean, this is just mad. It's all melted building, rock curtaining over itself, and that's the reason you don't see that it's building, because if I'd have just moved up a bit more and cut it there, this is a mountain to most people. This is a mountain. They just say, oh well, we came along and we built this part in, but how do you build this into a mountain? How do you get those transition points to be so flush? I mean, look, this is all melted brick here. Brick. You can see it clearly. Yeah, another impossible building, impossible locations. How are you going to feed your workforce? Where's the food coming from? To get it, I mean, please. Yeah, see, this is a part of the huge building, because it's melted and gone out this way. This part here is part of this as well. See how it melted out this way, like butter, like cookie dough. It's melting out, and then obviously the Starfall is melted and sunken down. Look, it's sunken down. It's a huge melt. This is in France, and what other descriptive term can you have except for grid component? Grid component, and it's obviously melted down. Look at the damage around here. All this is brick ash here. See, this is like it goes down like this. This is not straight across. This bows downwards. This is all melted building. It's sat in its own footprint. Oh, let me just go back and show you something. I might not be able to pick it out, but look. Archways all filled out. Apertures inside. See the people here, look, just this building is enormous. And it's still just very small compared to what it was. Again, more the same. Tops of melted buildings. Brick flood everywhere. See the brick flood inside the walls here. Heat came from the bottom. Balloon rocking up the sides. Carbon-14, plant scavengers everywhere. Feasting on the extruded carbon-14 in the brick flood. Can't get it. It explains why we see these fragments of buildings in these impossible locations. Because these impossible locations were once huge buildings. Huge buildings. This is just a pocket of survival, a remnant of what it was. See the before and after the X Factor event. There she goes, pointing to Mummy. Look, Mummy, what is that doing there? And why is it leaning backwards? So I showed these not so long ago, but it's good to just see them again, and obviously put them down on the video format, because I can never look at these images enough. And look at all this damage here. This is grey balloon rocks everywhere. Top of the wall, the bricks are damaged, and it was all red bricks. Everything was red bricks, mortar and concrete mould upgrades. This is what the melt is, and some human remains, of course, because this event wipes out zillions, put it that way. I can't even think of a big number, but zillions would do. So all that matter, all the body parts and the blood, all that is in the melt as well. I mean, most of it was probably vaporized because of the high heat, but you know, it is what it is. A lot of most of society was wiped out. Again, people think these are cannons, and if it's a cannon, it's a very small one. I've seen pictures where these have been used as sound devices. They're sound devices. They can knock aircraft out of the air with these things. Not by throwing a projectile, but by throwing sound. Very interesting. But these were the masters of these kind of things. Semantic, sound, magnetism, electricity, water, hydroelectricity. They was the masters of all of it. And more damage here to this building, sunken down. Bricks are in this part is all damaged. All the expanse is angle of melt here, grey. Closer, like this line of bricks here that's popped out of the wall. Obviously doesn't like the heat, otherwise it'd still be conforming. This is unconformity, the geologist would say, because it's not conforming with the rest of the bricks, and it's also not conforming to their narrative. I think they're smart when they use them kind of words. They're not smart at all. Again, look at this corner piece here. Bricks have turned to blocks and expanded outwards. I'm trying to zip through the pictures. I don't want to make this one an hour one again. And look how these balloon rocks are still retaining the brick line in them. See that a little bit clearer further up here. See the brick lines up here. Brick lines bricks are turning into blocks, but the brick line is still there, but it's turned into a block. It's now a block line. See the bricks still in there here. Can't see no bricks in here, but it is bricks. It's all damaged, severely damaged. Again, here we've got the corner. See how the bricks have turned to blocks, and then from the corner forward, they've turned into the little cobble stones, very corally. I believe that the skin has now been removed off of this. This is why we have this texture, and the skin has been removed off most of this building. I'm talking about the skin of the outer shell of the bricks. Again, huge carbon-14 deposit of bricks here. Corner, damage above and below, and another huge melted building here in the background. I mean, when you look at evidence like this, you have to say, well, how did this happen? Mud can't melt bricks. Mud can't make bricks expand. You can clearly see the expansion here in the bottom. See, these bulges are the bricks expanding away from the wall, pushing everything out. Very viscous and very malleable. Again, I tell you, the damage is in a way it's very consistent. heat rising from the bottom affecting the building. The bricks will start to deform and balloon out, and then they go up and take out everything around it and turn it into this into mountain looking stuff. Closer look. This is all red bricks here that's churning and expanding. You can make it out as even block lines here. The damage to the buildings themselves at the top here. Tell you big buildings melted like butter. That's exactly what we mean, and this is the case. Huge building melting downwards like butter. This is all melt here around the edge, and even under the waterline you can see the melt. You wouldn't have this melt under the waterline like this if water was here in the beginning when this event was going on. It would just cool down things too rapidly, it wouldn't melt like this. So these buildings melted before the water came in, before the water rose. Because I'm not so convinced it was rain that did this. Again, how do you hold back the water to build this? What means did they use to hold back the water to put the foundations in for this? Red bricks, scorching, blocky. Come on now. You've seen that so many times. Again, another example, scorched. Bricks turned to blocks. If you look closely, look here, this, where I've got my cursor, my arrow, this one, and the one next to it, have been filled out with bricks. This one's filled out with bricks also. Might get a better shot in a minute. Here we go. You can pick them out yourself, which ones have been, the red ones have got, have been filled out with brick. Again, how did they hold the water back to put the foundations on for this building to sit on? These are very easy, you know, the most obvious questions that geology needs to answer, but it won't answer them. It keep itself very quiet and hopefully hope that this will blow out, that it will go away, but it won't go away. Not as long as we can keep finding this kind of evidence. Put this up here. Where's the bricks? Why have we got huge blocks here? Why have we got huge blocks here? Look at the damage here to this arch. This horseshoe magnet. The top of it, look, bricks are all over the place. All down here, chewed up bricks. It's all damage, all heat damage. It's not old age, it's not an ancient building, it's nothing like that. I mean, look here. What is all this dripping in here? Top of the arch. Here. Look how the bricks have compressed and elongated here in this archway. And you see that most of these buildings that are left in ruin now are old world order. It's red bricks. Everything is red bricks, and all these red bricks are heat damaged. All heat damaged. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Look, what do we see here? The Tetris god has been in. The god of Tetris. Look. Clearly see the edge here. Look. Right, people. Listen, I'm gonna stop the stream. Stop the webcam here because I can hear rumbling upstairs and I don't want it to affect the video, but I will be back soon. I will stop here. I'll put part 4 up later. Take care of yourselves. Spartan Red. Bricklove. Out.